What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, guys. As you can see, we have my car right here. We're going to be doing a little work to it today, but first, in the last video I told you guys we were going to head back to the drag strip for the last time on 93 octane. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the first pass. Thank you, sir. 681 at 104 with a 15860. So as you can see, we ran a 681 at 104. Now in the DA that we were in last night, we should have done better than that. I've done 673, 674, 675 and higher DA. So I knew something was off. Sure enough, I went back and looked at the log and I seen that I was pulling a little over 4 degrees of timing. I had some boostane that I had just in case this happened to me before I went to E85. I knew there was always a chance that I would get some 93 in, it would start pulling timing, and I would need to throw some boostane in to counter that, especially going into the winter months. You start getting the winter blend fuel and other things, and the quality is just not there that it usually is during the summer months. Luckily, I had some boostane with me. I put some boostane in the tank, let it run for about 5 minutes, let it get up to the engine, went back out there, and we made another pass. I'm gonna play around with a little turbo S550 here. Whoa, we spun a little bit. Mile per hour is back. So, all right, on that pass, we went a 6.9. Now, our mile per hour was back. We did not pull time going down track, so the boostane worked. However, we did spin off the line, and it was enough to hurt us. Normally, at 106 mile per hour, I'm low 6.7. I was hoping with the DA last night, I would creep it into a 6.6, but just wasn't able to do it. I wish I could have got to the track a little earlier and made more passes. Got to the track, made our first pass. Then we let the car cool down a little bit, put some boostane in it, got it cycled through, ready to go. And then they announced in 10 minutes they were closing down the drag strip due to the temperature dropping so fast. So we went back out, we made another pass. Car did great aside from spinning off the line. We picked up back to our 106 mile per hour. Yes, I think it had a high 6.6 pass in it. However, we're about to go to E85. That's what we're doing today. We're putting a Fore fuel system in the car, if you can't tell by the title. But yeah, we're putting a Fore fuel system in the car. We're going over to E85. The main reason is that you always have to worry when you start pushing these cars on 93. You always have to worry, am I going to get good 93? You have to keep boostane, Torco, or something on you at all times in case you put some fuel in, you get going down the road, you notice it's pulling a little timing, you can go ahead and put some additive in and correct the fuel so you don't end up hurting your engine. With E85, we don't have to worry about that. Yes, we do have to test the E85 to make sure that the pump E85 is good enough, but most of the time around here, even during the winter, I've had really good luck when I ran E85 in the past. So we got the Fore fuel system from Modern Muscle Performance. We ordered it at the beginning of the week. We had it by the end of the week. So we're good to go putting this thing in. Guys, go check them out, modernmuscleperformance.net for any of your parts needs. But yeah, we're finna get started. So let's get the box, unbox it, and get going. All right, guys. Hey, Chris showed up, guys. Yeah. He goes, what'd you say? Yeah. 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 Enthusiastic, why don't you? Hey, guys. All right, so I took a sample of the E85 that I got from the Speedway. Usually Speedway where we live, there's 2 Speedways. Usually it tests 80 to 85. So usually stays pretty good during the winter also, but I always test it anyway. So this is a sample that I took out of that jug, and then of course this is water. So you got a tester. If you've never done this before, it's very, very simple. So you're gonna fill this up to this line with water, and then you're gonna fill up to this line right here with, right there, the top line. Of course it says it right there on the side. Fill it up with E85 the rest of the way. So we're gonna fill this up to that line with water. Alright, so as you can see, we're right there on that line with water. So now we're just gonna fill it the rest of the way up with ethanol that we had from the station. Do it slowly. There, and put the lid on, and then once it sets, you will see a line separation of the water, between the water and the ethanol. All right, I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you look right there, so you got the fluid up here, and you see another line right here, right above the 85. So I'm gonna say it's about 86% ethanol. So it's kind of hard to see. Maybe if I turn it this way, you can see the line in there. You see one right here, and then one right there. Right there is where it's at. So it's hard to see. I'll be able to know when I'm editing the video if it, how this came out, but right now I don't know how it came out. But if you look right there, it's right above the marks, right above the 80, where the 85 would be. So it's about 86% ethanol. So, and this is out of a pump from a Speedway that on the pump it says 51 to 80 something percent on the pump. Speedways that here anyway usually test 85, and this is in October and it's still testing 85. So usually the Speedways here test good. So I feel very confident. I always test it anyway. Very simple to do. Get yourself a check and get them off eBay. Get them from a lot of your parts companies sell them. So just pick you one up and test it. What I've done off camera is I prime the fuel system, look for any leaks, and then once I do that, I have the system run. I set my pressure with the system on. Reason being is I wanted my pressure to be close for when it first starts. So I always activate my pumps and sit there and let it run, look for leaks, and then I adjust my pressure. And then once I start it, I'll come up here, pull the vacuum line off, adjust my pressure, and then put the vacuum line back on. But for right now, I wanted it to be close to the pressure, so that's a good way to get it right where the pressure, where to start, won't have no issues. Okay, so now I'm going to load the tune in, and then we're going to start the car up. Once the car is running, I'm going to adjust the fuel pressure, and then I'm going to go back really quick and look for any leaks. What I'll do is I'll start it up, I'll look for fuel leaks, I'll lift it up in there, I'll look where I'm going to put my fuel filter at and all those fittings, make sure ain't no fuel dripping down from there. I'll check where my fuel hat's at, make sure there's no leaks back there, and then go through the whole system. You can never be too safe, guys, when it comes to fuel. Never, ever be too safe when it comes to fuel.